What's up, my lovely Bamborinos and Bamborinas? Lamnes is back today with no RDA action. We have information regarding the balance patch and the collaboration with The Witcher. So let's start with the balance patch. I have already read it, but I want to share my thoughts with you guys. Occult Girls get nerfed. Sleep chance down to 50%. I mean, it's mainly because of Laura, I think, but I don't know. Like, was it that necessary? Like, where they're so overwhelming? I mean, Laura, okay, but you could do something to a skill 2, skill 3, whatever. But why the skill 1? I think it was fun, but now it's a little bit awkward. But Annabelle gets buffed, so the defense break and attack speed slow should be 100% activation rate. I'm not sure. They are kind of nerfing Molong just to nerf Tianlang. They just nerfed the damage output, I think, because it's not scaling with HP anymore. Same for the awakened skill of Tianlang. But they buffed the Reckless Assault, so it doesn't deal as much damage to yourself as it does to the enemy. I don't think it's gonna change that much for Molong. I'm not sure about Tianlang. I don't have it. I don't fight against it that much, and I don't see any problems with it, but maybe I'm just too noob for it. Onimusha Light, so Kinky change. I'm not sure if this is a buff or a nerf. I think it's maybe more of a nerf, because now its passive counts as a unique skill. So the attack, it's like its same attack. So it's not the Ghost Slash anymore. So I think the artifacts, if you have like damage on skill 1, but they are crit damage, so doesn't affect that much. I'm not sure why they did this. Maybe a G3 player can help there. So Obabo got Wind Mermaid nerfed. Used it in 2 videos and they thought it's too strong and they nerfed it. That is pretty unfortunate, because I never like free-to-play units getting nerfed. And I mean, don't make all 4 stars useless. It would be so nice that you can pick some 4 stars outside of Special League. So why are you nerfing them? It's cool if people use it. It was not overused, it was not OP. Maybe it's a Siege thing. I'm not playing Siege that much, so I don't know. Maybe it's too OP there. But come on, guys. Archangel Punishment recovers the HP of all allies by 50% each. I assume it's 50% not of the damage dealt, but the HP of the respective ally. Windbag recovers HP by 3% for every harmful effect now granted on the enemy. I think it's a dot machine, and deals damage by additional damage by 5% of your max HP. So I think he gets attack bar, he heals himself, like he does everything, but it's still bad. Because I don't know why. I think it just needs a complete rework. Indra Fire, that is very nice. Chain effect, so the passive will now silence for 1 turn. So when he attacks with this skill again, he can silence with 100% activation rate, which is nice, so he does good damage. And if something survives, he can just silence it. That is great. And I think even the skill 1 can now silence with the passive. I'm not sure. Indra Wind, damage increases in proportion to attack speed. I thought it already did, but maybe it was the 3rd skill and now it deals more damage according to attack speed. I'm not sure how fast you must build him to actually do good damage. Okeanos got a buff. I'm not sure if it's a buff. I mean, the stun chance, of course, but increases your attack bar by 25% for each enemy stunned by the attack. I think is better than absorbing 10% with a 35% chance. I'm not sure if it goes up to 50 or what was like 60%. I'm not sure, but I think that is too much of a gamble. I would rather, because I'm pretty sure you would stun at least, like if you stun 2 units, it's already 50% attack bar. And yeah, but it doesn't say if it's absorbed per unit or it's per hit. I think it's per hit. Then maybe it's good. I'm not sure. So the puppeteers, they changed the first skill. It doesn't increase your own attack bar anymore. Instead, it recovers the HP of the ally with the worst condition by 15% after attacking. So it's like a Raccoony heal, but I'm not sure if that is better. I mean, I'm not sure. Most of them are like for speed. You want them fast. You want them to turn cycle. I like the 10-20% to be honest, but heal is not bad because for sustain. But if you're going for speed, I don't know if Zibala profits from it. I don't know if the wind one or the other ones will profit from it. We will see. But a heal is not bad. I can't decide which is better to be honest. The fire one gets a change. So attack speed for 2 turns will get a silence for 1 turn. Please do a silence for 2 turns because 1 violent proc and silence does nothing. So it's meaningless, and it wasn't so OP to begin with. It doesn't have a speed leader skill. It doesn't have that great of a base speed. So why don't you just give it attack speed for 2 turns and silence for 1 turn? That would be okay. Or you give it attack speed for 2 turns and silence for 2 turns. Then it would be very, very viable in RTA, I think. But yeah, maybe it will come in the next balance patch. Wind Puppeteer increases the attack bar of the enemy with the highest attack bar, decreases, sorry, by 20%. We all know that. Now it decreases 30%. I think that is very good. With that silence and bomb, I think that's very good. The light one now gives the buffs for 3 turns, attack buff and immunity. Can now removes beneficial effects with a higher activation chance, which is nice. I'm not sure where you use it that much though. Gio now has better activation chance if a target is suppressed, which is fine. Shout out to Sean B. His Dark Phoenix got buffed. I think that's what he exactly wanted. Instead of not being, I don't know why you change it. Like, these units are not OP to begin with. Leave it with the it cannot be revived, which is nice, and with the guaranteed critical hit, if your attack power is higher than the defense of the enemy, then you could just go for attack and crit damage, no crit rate, just for speed, and you should be fine. You could even go for HP, so not being forced to build crit rate is always great. You can get so much more out of other sets because you cannot grind crit rate. So if you can switch the crit rate stats on your Jara with HP, you can make it really tanky. That is nice. Dokebi Lords get buffed. The heal increases from Fire, Wind and Light. I think it's the second skill. Wind damage increases as your HP situation worsens. Okay. I haven't seen it in action. I don't have it. I don't know if it's good. Increases the critical damage by 100% now. That sounds great on paper. I don't know if it's good, but it's the light one, so who has the light one? And the dark one, the fusible, removes 1 harmful effect granted on the enemy with the worst HP status. From the enemy? Let me check this, guys, because now I'm curious. Where's my summoning thingy? Where's the dark one? Okay. I don't get it. Why should you cleanse the enemy? I think that is a mistake. I think they meant to do it on the ally monster. But okay. That's come to us. Something like this can happen. Alright, it cleanses now, I think. And yeah. So it heals and cleanses. So Water Dokebi Princess decreases damage taken from the enemy by 30% when you are under an ability effect. Is now decreases the damage that allies under an ability takes by 30%. Okay. So protection. The fire one. Okay, this is I think we can skip that one. The wind one is interesting because it's a non-touch strip, and now it's pretty much defined how much attack bar you will gain or absorb, not like in the previous ones. So you remove one beneficial effect on all enemies and absorb the attack bar by 15% each, and if you happen to absorb remove the beneficial effect, you will absorb 10% more attack bar, so 25% attack bar, so she gets instantly another turn. That is great. But where is she? If you remove beneficial effects from each target, so I don't know if the 10% will only be applied to the targets where you strip, or you have to remove the, you have to strip everyone to get the 10%. I'm not sure how that will work out. The dark one now will give attack bar to anyone who is under an ability, so it's a mini dark puppeteer. Wind vampire now has a better branding chance and will block beneficial effect. So I think it's made for the what's his face, the dungeon with the shield where you need the block beneficial tormentor. Yeah. Nine-tailed foxes, they get the harmful infect block, but their heal will be decreased. I'm not sure. I think this one Jubagel asked for years. The fire, water and dark gargoyle now start in their statue condition. Let's see if they will be meta now. Undyne's got change from you have to land a critical hit to activate the effects from the second skill for 100%. Now they have to... okay, it's not the same for everyone. So the water one, the enemy has to be a better HP ratio than yours. The fire one, the enemy has to have more attack than you. For wind, the enemy has to have higher speed than yours. And the light one removes all beneficial granted and as a critical hit, removes one beneficial effect granted on the enemy with a 100% chance if the number of beneficial effects granted on the enemy target is the same or higher as you. Okay, so you don't want to have her, you don't want a lot of buffs on her, which she will get because they changed the passive of her. But we will talk about that later. The dark one, condition for 100% harmful effect activation changed. Critical hit rate will now be if the number of harmful effects granted on the enemy target is the same or higher as yours. Okay. The heals will be stronger. The revive from the water one will now decrease the... No, the cool time will be decreased if an enemy dies, so that is good. Removes one harmful effect granted on all areas when using the skill. Recovers the HP after removing effects, so that is nice. So she AoE cleanses now. The light one, the skill will now be a passive, so recovers your HP by 10% and grants invincibility to the ally with the lowest HP status, excluding yourself at the start of each turn. Invincibility for every turn. I think this will be seen in some comps. I think that is very interesting. Maybe we will see some Katarina action with that. I hope so, because Katarina was one of my most favorite monsters in the game. So Dark Return, when used with a living ally, decreases the HP amount not by 50 but 70%. So I think all this snipe stuff and I need the monster to have low HP stuff will be better here. And yeah, that's for the Dark Return. And when End gives life drain for one turn, that is nice. So these snipe units can heal themselves with heal themselves back up. And the Dark Warrior offsets the incoming damage that may cause you to die while the weapon is not in your hand. This now keeps activating until you get the weapon in your hand. So as long as this thing is not in his hand, he will not die. So that is something to keep in mind. Big buff, Beast Monks get this better base speed. That is nice. I think in this state of the game, there shouldn't be one monster family below 100 base speed. Like maybe some OP buffers, like attack bar buffers, which give, like, it's okay that Bastet has a low base speed, so you are not too vulnerable against it, but this one is great. I think Chandra will be all over the place. I wish I had a Chandra. A very great unit. Fits in so much comms, and now with that base speed, it's even better. The skill effects will be changed, of course, because they are healing now. They changed this thing. And since this is a passive, you don't need the cooldown reduction. So this is all fine. Wind 1, the Stripper, with absorbing attack bar, now gets a attack speed leader skill, 19%. So maybe if you want to counter revenge comms, you can pick her. It's a non-touch strip, which is nice. Leader skills, I think this is a typo. It's a skill error fixed. So Windy fixed an issue of the amount of shield you create on yourself being abnormal. Okay, thank you, come to us. I don't know what that means, but that's fine. The rest is skill description. So that's about the balance patch. I expected more, to be honest. It's not overwhelming. It's okay. There are some nice buffs, but I expected more buffs on some underused units. Like for example, the last families we got. I don't even know the names because I forgot about them because no one uses them. What was the last thing we got? Yeah, I thought they would buff more units, to be honest. And please come to us buff Dark Bayek or change it to something else. It's just ridiculous. Thanks. Okay, let's jump into the Witcher collaboration. I think this is very nice. We get 4 new units. As you can see, we got, I'm not a Witcher fan, so let's skip this dubbity-doobity-doo. We get Geralt, Ciri, Yennefer, and Triss. I hope I did not butcher the names. So Geralt will be a pure net 5 family, and the rest will be like net 4s and net 5s. And yeah, Geralt, so Pirate, attacks the enemy to decrease the attack power for 2 turns with a 50% chance. Attack break on skill 1 is nice. AoE attack break with 3 hits and attack bar reduction. I don't know how the activation chance will go up. I hope it will go over 50%. That would be nice, like 60 or 70. And the last one, Rend, attacks the enemy to stun for 1 turn and reset the attack bar. The damage is proportionate to the enemy's max HP. If the target is immune to stun, the skill cooldown of Rend decreases by 2 turns. So this unit is made for Dragon's B12. I mean for Abyss. Like, it decreases the attack bar of the dragons, it decreases the defense and the attack bar of the towers, resets the attack bar of the dragon, and can do good damage. And the dragon can't be stunned, so you get the skill faster. I think that's his main purpose. I don't think you can use him in PvP. Maybe the second skill is good as a defense breaker, but I think the third skill will deal shit damage in PvP. Wind, the Ciri Wind, attacks the enemy 2 times to inflict damage in proportion to your attack speed. Each hit increases the chances of landing a glancing hit for 2 turns with a 30% chance. Glancing hit on skill 1 is great. That debuff is pretty strong. Charge attack attacks the enemy to inflict damage that ignores its defense up to 80% according to the difference between the target's attack power and your attack speed. Why? Come to us, why? Like up to 80%? Are you kidding me? Come on, go hard or just let it be. Make it 100%. Like what the fuck? Why 80%? I don't get it. And up to between according to the difference in that speed meta, so you only can use it against like people who play 100% turn 2. Come on. Why so many conditions? Like, it's a net 5. You cannot justify it as long as there is a Kali, the water Kali or the light Kali, which ignore defense and deal more damage than most of these net 5 units which have a ignore defense second skill, and they still give them these conditions. I don't get it, Comtos, please. I don't understand what's the point of it. Do you think it will be too OP? I don't think so. With that many fire units in the meta that can counter so many units that cannot be killed in one hit. So, come on. Teleportation teleportation slash attacks all enemies 2 times, with each hit decreasing the attack speed for 2 turns. Afterwards, recovers your attack bar in proportion to the number of enemies with slower attack speed than you. Okay, fuck this proportionate to the number of enemies. Like, if the enemy is slow, like, let's say, just right, for every enemy which is slower than you, you will recover 25%. So I know, okay, when I use that fucking skill and every enemy is slower than me, I will get another turn, and this charge attack will deal more damage. So I go into from teleportation slash into charge attack. But I don't like these combo skills. Like, I get the idea why Comtos does this, so you can combo from one skill into another. But if I need this skill to combo into this skill, then this skill, if it doesn't deal that much damage, it just becomes like a wasted turn. Why? Just make 2 strong skills, so every turn this unit takes, it will have an impact. Yennefer attacks the enemy to silence for 1 turn with a 50% chance. Okay, I hope it goes up to 100%. Removes 1 harmful effect from all allies and creates a shield that's 20% of your max HP. Why not remove every harmful effect? I don't get it. Like, just do it so it will be strong, because it's a LD net 5. Come on, let it be OP, let it strong. I know the 3rd skill is heavy because it attacks all enemies, stuns them, and decreases their attack speed for 1 turn, and then decreases the skill cooldown time of the skill by 1 turn if you don't get attacked during the enemy's turn. So you can combine it with Threats Gate. If you stun them, they won't get, like, you will get 4 units that don't attack you, so your cooldown will be reduced by 4 turns if you stun everyone on the field. And I think then you can use it again, so maybe you can cycle and cycle and cycle, but still make her OP. The fire wand looks very interesting because it has HP heal block on skill 1, which is nice. Stuns an enemy for 1 turn with 80% chance. I hope it goes up to 100%, and decreases the defense for 2 turns with a 30% chance. Why 30%? Why? I don't get it. Just make it 100%. It's in at 5. Come on, please. But the 3rd skill is very nice. Attacks all enemy to reset their attack bar. Additionally, the attack leaves a branding effect for 2 turns and increases the chances of landing and glancing it for 2 turns. That skill is awesome. Combined with Eleanor, it will be great. The rest is only like information for the events. There will be a game. I think in Witcher there's a card game. They have implemented it. There are the rules. I don't want to read all that for you guys. I think you can read it yourself. And everyone who played Witcher will maybe know it better than me. So it will take too long to describe all of this. So yeah, let's skip it. I think this event will be fun. I'm looking forward for the new units. I really like the designs that I have to give to Comtos. Like, I think the Assassin's Creed unit looked a little bit out of I don't know, out of space. They were so, it didn't fit into the Summoner's War world, like Ezio and stuff. They look so misproportioned, like they have so tiny legs and big heads. It was weird, but these guys look awesome. Even Geralt. I mean, Summoner's War characters don't go to the gym to train their legs, but still, you can maybe give them bigger legs. Yeah. What do you guys think about the balance patch and the collaboration? Are you disappointed with the balance patch? As I am. I mean, if you have the units that got buffed, you will not be. But yeah, guys, I'm really happy. I hope you saved a lot of scrolls because you want these units. I think they are great, and I hope they will have good multipliers and will be useful in RTA or Siege. Like, not every unit has to be useful in RTA. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. I have a very special unit in the next RTA showcase for you. Bye.